The new TFT patch will be live tomorrow. 10.24 will be a very big patch, and trust me guys, it will be like a brand new game. Hi, I'm Dr. Hades. I'm a currently TFT master player and I'm hoping to get rank 1. So Mortdog a few days ago presented the patch rundown, but I'm gonna give even my impression on the changes, so feel free to let a comment and tell me which change do you think is the most important. So the first change is a system change. As you can see, before early game and mid game, your champion was doing almost no damage on the enemy champion once you win. But now your champion does more damage mid game and will be doing less damage late game. So what's happening here? From now on, if you're losing mid game, it will hurt more than before, but if you lose late game, it will not hurt that much. So before, for me, it was a big problem because I always had a good mid game, but probably not the best late game. And for that, I had a problem because every player that had a bad mid game but a really good late game was still alive. So what will happen from now on? You will have to have a constant team in order to have a lot of HP late game. If not, you're gonna lose a lot of HP mid game, which will be a really big problem. So keep in mind of playing the best comps as you can, because if not, you're gonna lose too much HP and you might die stage 5. The second system change, which is very important, is the chosen odd change. Why is this very important? Because the era of rolling at 4-1 has ended. No more rolling at 4-1, because at 4-1 at level 7 you will have such a small chance to get a forecast chosen that you will not even try to do it. So the new change transformed the game as it was before in set 3, and I think this is why I love set 3, because the rolling was at level 8 and until now on set 4 the rolling was at level 7, which I didn't like, because once I roll I don't like to econ anymore. Like my style is not to econ anymore. Maybe it's a bad decision, but for this type of game, how it was set 4 before, I was not a really good player. Like I was a good player but not a challenger player. I think this is what was the difference between me and a challenger player, knowing that he has to roll a 7 and after that just wait to make econ again. But from now on you don't have to do this change, because now at level 4 you're gonna have still a bigger chance to get a 1 cost chosen, and after that you're gonna get 1 cost and 2 cost. At level 5 you just have a 5% chance to get a 5 cost, a free cost chosen. At level 6 you have still no chance to get a 4 cost chosen, but you get 40% to get a free cost, and at level 7 you have just 5% to get a 4 cost chosen. So it's a big difference, because before you were rolling at 4-1, get a 4 cost chosen, which will carry you until the end of the game, and it's GG. From now on you're not gonna roll down at 7, because you have to wait until 8, because that's the moment you have a 40% chance to get the 4 cost unit chosen. So the changes are very interesting, and I think they made really good changing, because the game was really, let's say, about luck at 7-1. You hit really good, you're good to go. You'd hit bad, you're maybe losing. This is why I didn't like on the set before, but I think from now on the game will be more interesting. First system change is the normal odds. So for normal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cost units, they changed even this. At level 5 you will have a small chance to get the forecast unit, and even at 6 you're gonna have a smaller chance. So from now on it will not be so easy to 3-star a forecast unit and win the game because of it. So I think they made really good changes this patch. Finally they saw what they needed to see, and I think maybe this is the best patch ever. But it might turn to the worst patch ever, because we didn't play on it. Not a lot of players played on it. It's just live on PvE right now, so it can be bad. But in my opinion, as I can see it right now, it is the best. In my opinion, is the best. Like, they really did a great job right now. The fourth system change is that from now on, nobody will have a 2 gold start. So everybody will get at least 3 gold from now on, which will balance a little bit the early game between players, and even the items should not be distributed more than 1 difference between them. So it is a big, another good change. They really thought about it. So it's kind of, let's say, mid set 4, quarter set 4 change, because the mid one will be in January, but yeah. The next change is focused on chosens. So what did they see is that once you get a chosen that has attack damage dependent damage, let's say, like Yasuo, Phileas, Sett, Xin Zhao, Ashe, Xin, Talon and Warwick, it was really good. But from now on, they changed the bonus stats to 20 to these chosens, and they will balance a little bit how things work. So yeah, again, like, for me at least, they are the best changes that they ever did. I know I said that 1,000 times before, but come on, finally they are seeing at least what I was complaining about. I don't know for you guys, but this was really it was really something that I didn't like seeing in the game, and I got a lot of tilt lately, and finally I have hope on the game. Next change is about the traits, and they're changing cultists. They are thinking that they gave them a little bit too much of a buff. So from now on, the cultist now only provides +1 star level. The chosen cultist provides +1 star level to Galio instead of 2 times. So a 2-star chosen, we're gonna get +3, and a 3-star chosen +4. And before was like 2 times. If you had the 1 cost, it will be 2. If you have a 2-star chosen, +4, and a 3-star chosen +6, because you cannot have a 1-star chosen. Okay, never mind. And unfortunately, they fixed some problems, and they lowered the Nikos help drop rate. So I think, again, some pretty on point balance things on the traits. Nothing big here, but the big things are coming on champions. Moving on 1 cost units, Diana and Lissandra are getting a big nerf in my opinion. So the new comp, Moonlight Assassin comp, I think it's non-playable anymore. Also Nami is getting a mana nerf, so probably not even Nami Chosen will be playable anymore. But Yasuo is getting a buff. But do not forget that the chosen Yasuo now does a little bit less damage than damage, but it will feel when you play early game at least, but it gets more spell damage, so probably his special attack will be a lot stronger than before. They balance it pretty well. Talking about the 2 cost champions, we get a small Aphelios buff on damage and mana. Also Jarvan will ult faster now, but the stun duration will be just 1 second, so more ults, less stun. I think it's better because sometimes Jarvan was not ulting and that was pretty annoying. Pyke is getting a small nerf on any star, so this is a good one because once you would get, let's say, a chosen Pyke or a 2-star Pyke really early, that would carry your game, especially if you give him some spell power items. Zed is getting a really small buff. I think they are buffing Ninja after all the champions. Lulu is changing because now the knockup will last only 1 second, but the healing or the health plus health that they give to the champion that she ults will remain for the rest of the combat, and refreshing wild growth on ally now properly heals them and triggers the knockup. Okay, so it will not give her more health but will heal them, okay, on the second cast on the same champion. Moving on to free cast units, we have Akali with a proper small buff, let's say. Even Xin Zhao gets a small buff in mana because he was not doing properly, not even as a duelist, not even as a warlord. And Jinx is getting change. She will cost less, but her stun will be longer now and much more. It will do less damage, but will hit not only the target hit, but all targets in 1 hex radius are stunned. So if you play against Jinx from now on and you are thinking to put your champions all together, everybody will get stunned. So it is big for her. I think it's a balance, not a buff, not a nerf, it's a change, let's say. And the spell power mana reduction chooses that. Okay, on to forecast champions, and now we are talking about Cassiopeia. So she will cost less now. Her first ulti will be a little bit like delayed, but her damage will be amplified. Jean will do more damage, 15 AD for Jean, 1 cost. I think it's a lot. And finally, guys, the thing that I wanted to see, I think from 10.23, it's Talon. They're finally nerfing him. So now he will cast more often, but he will do less damage. And now they fixed the bug where the bonus damage portion couldn't crit, but spell no longer refunds mana on kill. So once he kills with a spell, he jumps, but he will not use the spell immediately after. So practically they destroyed Talon the same way they destroyed Warwick after the Divine patch. So Talon is no longer invulnerable during his sleep, and his sleep has been speed up slightly. So he will jump faster, but he is not invulnerable. So practically it takes damage. And they're changing even Warwick, buffing his AD, nerfing his attack speed, but in the same time buffing his attack speed, because once he takes down an enemy, he is no longer fearing them. Instead, it grants himself and all allies who share a trait with him 60, 75, 200% attack speed for 3 seconds. Think about 3-starring Warwick now. 200% attack speed for 3 seconds for all your team that is Brawler, Hunter or Divine. That's big. I think it will be more interesting to play Divine now. And the last one, it's about Champion 5 cost. Azir is getting a nerf. He will cost the same way as before for his first ulti, but after that it will take longer for her second ulti to come. Lee Sin is getting changed, let's say, because his stun duration on his primary target will be longer, but the secondary stun duration, which is the units that are knocked up because of the unit that is thrown by a Lee Sin, it's just 1 second now. So practically Lee Sin will throw away other champions easier, but will stun a little bit less the champions that are in his way. Yone is getting a change, let's say, because now he will cast more often, and he will do 90% armor and MR shred, not 60% as before, but his spell no longer knocks up enemies. So no more CC from Yone, but Yone becomes untargetable during his spell cast, which is very important because sometimes he was dying during the spell cast. On items there is just a small change. Zizurot is getting a 100 construct AD nerf, so it is good because sometimes early game just putting Zizurot would give you some wins, but from now on this will not happen anymore. In the last, they just fixed some bugs. If you're interested to see which are the bugs, just stop the video right here and read them yourself, because I don't think they are very important right now. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know into the comment section which change do you think is the most important and the most fun or the most desired for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member of the channel to get more benefits and also support the channel. And until next time, play some more TFT. See ya!